people know this, but an amateur filmmaker in the 2000s became so obsessed with the TV show Dexter that he became Dexter in real life, and the story just gets way weirder from there. Mark Twitchell was a Canadian film school graduate and amateur filmmaker who, in the early 2000s, married an American woman and moved to the US to try and break into Hollywood, and he showed some early signs of success. He made a Star Wars fan film called Secrets of the Rebellion that actually featured Jeremy Bulloch, the guy who played Boba Fett in Empire Strikes Back. He wrote a script for a buddy comedy called Day Players and started shopping it around Hollywood. But also around this time, he started exhibiting some very odd, concerning behavior. He was obsessed with the TV show Dexter, but he had taken it a little too far. He created a Facebook page where he wrote from the perspective of Dexter Morgan and imagined fictional murders that he was committing and described them to his followers. Back to his film career, and Mark Twitchell isn't having a whole lot of luck shopping Day Players. He starts going to investors and telling them that he already has Alec Baldwin, Jeff Goldblum, and Kevin Smith attached to the film. And through this, some would call it creative marketing, others would call it outright lying, he ends up being able to raise anywhere between $65,000 and $300,000. But he couldn't let go of this obsession with Dexter. On October 3rd of 2008, not long after his daughter Chloe was born, he got onto the dating website Plenty of Fish, posing as a woman named Sheena, and set up a date with a man named Giles Tetrialt and lured him to his garage. Upon entering Mark Twitchell's garage, which he thought belonged to a hottie with a body named Sheena, Giles discovered an actual kill room straight out of the TV show Dexter, complete with the plastic sheets covering everything, and the big metal table in the center, and the tray with a bunch of cutting instruments and drills. He was immediately attacked by Mark Twitchell, who was carrying a gun, but he decided to fight back anyway. He overpowered Twitchell and got away. And you might think, well, didn't he go to the police and get the guy immediately arrested? Well, no. Apparently, Giles Tetrialt was so embarrassed by the situation that he told nobody about it. Using the exact same Plenty of Fish scheme as last time, he lured a man named John Altinger into the garage, bludgeoned him over the head with a baseball bat, killed him, and dismembered his body on the kill table, just like Dexter Morgan. Mark Twitchell then broke into John Altinger's condo and sent a bunch of emails out resigning from his job and telling all of his friends and family that he was going on a long trip to Costa Rica. However, several of his friends became suspicious. They called the police. The police investigated. They easily discovered that Mark Twitchell had killed him. He was arrested and sentenced to life in prison. And on top of all that, the investors that he scammed out of money for his movie found out about it and successfully sued him for millions of dollars. Mark Twitchell apparently has a TV in his cell, and he still watches every single episode of Dexter. So he must be in hog heaven right now. And real quick, if you like my videos and you want to see more in-depth writing from me, you can do that here.